Welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles tutorial. And this is going to be the tutorial on making mud flaps for your SCS trucks and trailers and how to get them into the game and onto your truck. So we best just dive right in because there's a fair bit to get to. We're going to do the lowboy triple and just a Peterbilt 389. And so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is you have to have Mod Studio 2. I'm going to base this on the assumption you've already got Mod Studio 2, and if you don't, uh, you know, we will have to do a Mod Studio 2 tutorial on how to get it, download it, install it, and get it working. So it's not a big deal. So let's just run with this because, like I say, it could get lengthy if we if we just make it too many things. So let's just make it getting the mud flaps going. So we're going to start a new mod project. It'll be ATS, but the process is the same for ETS as well. What we want to do, we're just going to call it Mudflap tutorial, and that'll work. It's me. I just set Mod Studio up on here. You can actually make it autofill these fields right here. The version and the author. And we're going to call it tuning parts down here. And you only really have to select one of these things ever. If it's a paint job, just put paint job. You don't have to put truck and yada yada. If it's AI traffic, you would select that one if we're doing a AI traffic mod. But just select one. It's all it needs. The icon is going to be default, so we're not going to bother creating one. There's no text yet. This would be if you're publishing it and you want some instructions or description, you would put that in here, and it would fill out the description portion of the mod when it goes into Mod Studio 2 and updated to Steam. Not a biggie. So we're going to add a template. And so these are the default templates because I just set this up. I don't have simple trailer skin in here yet. I'd have to go get that. But anyway, we're doing mud flaps. So we have trailer mud flaps front and we have trailer mud flaps rear. We're doing the lowboy, and we're going to check here first. And we're going to, now it drops this into here, trailer mud flap front. Click on it. And here are the potential trailer mud flaps front. So all of these trailers have a front mud flap. So we have to select lowboy, and so we know we're going to need that mud flap. So that's from the front. We can go to the template directory now. This is highlighted now that we've done this. So if we didn't have this here, if we hadn't gone add template, trailer mud flap front, and select, or actually just go this far, we didn't need to do this part. But now we can open this template directory. It's going to take us to where it is. So here we go. We've got a mudflap file. So what we're going to do, I've created a folder here on the desktop, and it's this one. So I just called it Mudflap tutorial. So we're going to grab this guy and we're going to put it in here, copy it in there. We're going to change our view to large icons. And I'm going to rename this one because there's another lowboy mud flap we're going to find. So I'm going to call this, just leave the boy in there and go front, just so we know what it is. Front mud flap. Okay, so now we got to go get those other ones. So that's all that's there. Now we're going to go back to add template. Now we're going to go trailer mud flap rear. And you can see this thing's highlighted here now. So if we go here, it's going to show us what we need before we go into the directory. Let's look. And this is why we're going to do the lowboy, is because there's some goofy naming convention here that, well, I find a little goofy coming from the part of the world where I am. And I'll explain it. So we've got lowboy, simple, and lowboy Jeep. In SCS world, a lowboy Jeep is the stinger at the back of the lowboy, or the well, we just call it a stinger. That's all I've ever known it as. And, you know, load spread or whatever, but stinger. A Jeep is here. They call it a gooseneck. We call that a Jeep. And that's what goes between the truck and the trailer, the front converter unit thingamabobby. And so they've got 3 of them here. So we've got to get all of these. So I think, can we select? No, we got to get them one at a time, do we? Oh no, we could just go into the, here rather, sorry. So lowboy simple, lowboy Jeep, gooseneck, simple, dolly, and double. So that's what we need out of here. So in here, we can close this one. We don't need it anymore. Drag this over here. And we're going to get gooseneck, dolly, double, gooseneck simple, and lowboy Jeep and lowboy. All right. So this one here is the one that was lowboy simple over there. So we got to rename that to lowboy simple. So if we go here, we'll just confirm that. Yeah, lowboy simple and Jeep. So this one, we've got lowboy front there. So this one we're going to rename. And, oh, rename it. There we go. And let's just get on the other side of that dot and go simple. So that's going to make sure we don't mix that one up with the one that's front. Well, you can't really. I mean, that's 4 mud flaps. But anyway, let's carry on like this. Okay, so we got our templates. Now we're going to start. So we're going to just minimize that. We don't need it anymore. We don't need this anymore. And we're going to need our paint.net. And we're going to open all of these mud flaps. So we'll start paint.net. I don't run paint, so I'm doing this from my sim PC because I tried twice to make this tutorial on my other PC and the sound was so bad I couldn't publish it, so wasted a lot of time doing that. Well, where's our, there it comes. All right, so we're going to go File, Open. We'll browse to there. We put those on the desktop, so we could just go to the desktop, go here, just open all of these. Oh, it didn't like how we browsed there? No, it didn't like that. Well, that is weird. Let's try that again. Oh, I see. Go desktop here. That'll work. Just gotta find it. Where is it? Desktop. Mudflap tutorial. Do this. There we go. Now we can do it. All right. So what we want to do, you know, we could do these. Let's see, which one is this? That's lowboy simple. Where's lowboy front? That's double. This will be front then. Gonna move it over here. And we have simple. And what's this one? Jeep. Yeah, Jeep will go here. And then that was double. That'll go last. And simple. And simple. I'm trying to just get these all sorted in some kind of order that will make it easier. We'll just go through them. Gooseneck simple, double, dolly, Jeep, simple, and front. There we go. So that's good. So now we can start creating our mud flaps. And I just put them in this order because this is the order descending on here. So we had the front, which is here. Then we had lowboy simple, Jeep, simple, dolly, double on gooseneck. That just, I don't know. I don't think it's OCD, at least I hope it isn't. So now what we're going to do over here is we're going to create some layers in our background. And first layer is going to be the black background, so we're going to do the rectangle select. And we're just going to select this. And the reason I don't do the whole thing is so that I can copy things around later. You could just paint the whole background black if you wanted to. There's no harm in that. This is just the way I do it. So I'm holding control while I do this, and then I'm going to hold shift and paint them all at once. Then we're going to create some text, so we got to figure out what we're going to put that down there. We got to create some text on here. What will the text be? Oh, and the other thing is this is the back side of the mud flap where the text will be. This is the inside of the mud flap. And so what we can do right away if we want on this layer, on these, is we're going to create a different color on there. And it's pretty easy to do. We'll just, we're going to go with the rectangle select. We're going to select these two. And to make them look like the inside of a mud flap, we're going to leave it at black. We're going to get our paint bucket handy, and we're going to change this alpha layer, this opacity alpha. So I clicked more. I clicked more here to get it, and here it is. So we're going to slide that down. We're going to make it like 50. I like 50 for some reason. Could have just typed it in there. And let's paint that. You didn't really see much difference happen, but it's going to show up on the truck or trailer. You'll see it. So let's there we go. We got that. Now we got to get some text. We're going to put some white text on here, and because I want to show you, maybe we're going to want to put a layer, alpha layer thingy to knock the brightness of the text down. So we're going to go text. We got to have some kind of bold lettering. I kind of, this one I found kind of interesting. Let's see if it's here. This Algerian thing looks kind of cool. We got to pick a font size. Gonna have to be pretty big, I think. I'll just try something. And we're gonna use center, so there. And we're going to hide this layer temporarily while we see what we got here. So we have to go bigger than that. What are we gonna put on here? Oh boy. I don't know. Just here I am, all ready to go, and I don't know what to put on here. I don't know. Just how about keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Let's put that on there. And so we got to, it's a little big. Well, I want it big. I just, not quite that big. Let's see, what's our next 144? That's okay. And what we're going to do with this, I'm going to find that little guy, drag it down here, and we'll make that our mud flap and see how that turns out. Now what we'll do, the reason I turn the back off is this, like we can just grab the outline of this mud flap and copy, paste, put that outline over here, and they'll both be in the same position. Just got to get out from under that thing there. That's pretty close. Okay, turn the black back on. There's our mud flap. So let's save it. File, save as, and Mudflap tutorial. We're going to create a couple new folders in here. DDS, new folder PDN, and let's save this as a PDN, and it's going to be LB_FR for front. Let's try that. Save that. Then we're going to kill the background layer. File, save as. We'll make this one in the DDS. Change this down here to DDS. It keeps the same name. Save it. Flatten it. And there we go. We got our first mud flap. So now let's go on. What's next here? Lowboy simple. Okay. So create a few layers here. And here we can take the text. Well, we can't even really take the text from here because this one is a totally different scale. We can grab it and just rescale it. So we'll start by doing our black layer. And we'll just go slightly outside here. So this is the back side of the mud flap you're going to be able to read. This here is the inside of the mud flap that you're not going to be able to read. And we're going to make faded slightly so it looks a little realistic. It's not all shiny black like the back of a mud flap because they aren't shiny black in real life either. And so I did control there to do all that. And then paint bucket, shift, hitter. Then what we'll do is we'll switch back to our alpha layer over here. Still got it at 50. Rectangle select. And we'll just, we can go outside the boundary here a bit. It doesn't matter. That was shift or control. Now it's shift and paint bucket. And once again, you can barely see anything happen there, but you will when we look at it. So now we need our text. Let's see what happens if we, oh, that's the DDS. We'll go close that. File, open recent. PDN. There it is. Let's just move it down to here. Get it out of the way. And we will, we'll just take the text off one of these. Oh, actually, you know what we'll do? We hide the black. And then if we grab the full mud flap, we can scale it to that same size automatically or easily. Copy and go back into our, which mud flap were we doing? This one. Text. And see it's, oh, let's hide that black. Put it here. Now we're just going to come down here and hold shift. So we keep the aspect ratio right. And we'll just zoom it to the extent of this. So it's a little different, isn't it? It's not quite the same shape. So we'll go for the width and then we'll move it up. We'll get the width right because that's more important than the height. The height, there's lots of room at the top of this to worry about height. There we go. That's not bad. Okay, copy, paste, and drag it over here. Now, going forward, we're going to be able to copy this as is to the other mud flaps easily. It's not going to be a big deal. Okay, there we go. So now we can put our black layer back on there. And we're going to go File, Save As, PDN. And this is lowboy simple, so it's going to be simply in lowercase underscore sim, lowboy sim. Has to be, when we put it in Mod Studio 2, it's got to be lowercase with no spaces. So that's good. Now we get rid of the background. Save as. I really don't know if you need to get rid of the background if it's not visible, but I do anyway. So in the DDS, lowboy sim DDS, flatten it. Now we got two mud flaps. So we're going to go File, Open Recent. And, oh, you know, the other thing we got to do, this was that front. We'll put the black layer back on there and close it because we don't need that anymore. We're not going to save any changes. And File, Open Recent, Simple, PDN. Move it to here. And we'll go and copy the black layer. Control C. Go to Lowboy Jeep. create the 3 new layers on the black, paste. It doesn't quite line up, so let's see if we can just drag it up here. Nope, it's a little different, so let's do that. And then I think what we could do, let's just grab right across here. I'll just drag that up, and we'll just drag this down. Oh, I guess we can't go over there, can we? Go grab that again. That's not really the best way to do this, but it's what we're doing. Now we can just do this one in one go. There we go. Okay. And we will do our select tool. Select. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Come on, there we go. Don't always grab them accurately and stuff happens. We've got our alpha thing already selected. Paint it. Paint both those. Go to text. Let's see if we can just take the text straight off of here. See how it lines up. Control C. Go over here, hide the black. Control V. That looks fine. So that's good. Put the black back. File, save as. In the PDN, it's going to be LB underscore Jeep. There's our Jeep PDN. Now we're going to hide that layer. File, save as, DDS, save, flatten. And we can close this one and close that one. File, open recent, Jeep PDN, and we'll just move it over here. Let's see if we can grab the black. Or how do they look? Oh, maybe you should have grabbed the other one. Okay, close that. Open recent. Simple PDN. Grab that one. I think this is going to work better. Because if we, yeah, this is one we want. So black, copy, make the layers. I'm putting a third layer because we may put a alpha channel over top of the white, because that may be necessary. And we'll show what the mud flaps look like and then how they look a little more realistic if you tone that down a bit. So we're just copying the text over now. And let's have a look how it's centered. Looks fine. So this one we can save now. File, save as, PDN. And it's going to be, the name. So it's gooseneck this time, so we're going to call it GN underscore sim. Save. Get rid of the background. Do the DDS thing. Move it to DDS. DDS. Save. I see I got my front mud flap outside of this. What we want here. So this is still the PDN. We'll leave that there. And we're going to gooseneck dolly. Add the layers. Get the black. Grab the black. Control C. And Control V. Get ready for the text by selecting that layer. Go over here. Grab the text. Control C. Control V. Just check it. Looks okay. File, save as, PDN. This is dolly. Okay, so GN underscore DOLL. There's our dolly. Get rid of the background. I just kind of babble like this to myself when I'm doing this stuff too. So here I am doing it to you guys. I hope you don't mind. Save as. We're going to go DDS. I got to put the tunes on when I'm doing this stuff to keep myself from babbling to myself, because then I listen to the tunes, which I like to do. Let's save that and flatten it. I got one more to go. Now, this one, let's close this one. So, okay, so this is going to be, we're going to put the text on all 4 of these. And so it's going to be like this twice. So let's see how we get on if we can copy this black layer over here. And is it going to fit? I can't remember if it does or not. Let's try. It's a little off. Let's see, is it cover? What about down here? Yeah, that's fine. So now, hit escape, then we can hit the select dealie, grab these here, Control C, Control V, throw them up here. We'll just look at the little ones and make sure we've got the coverage there, and we'll be good with the big ones. Oh, a little off on the right there. How's the right one here? Oh, it's just missing a little bit there. Let's just Control C, Control V. We'll just grab a little bit of this and move it down there. There we go. And get some text. Control C. Go over here on our text layer. Turn the black off. Control V. And it's off. That's not so good. It's too far to the right on this one. That one doesn't look too bad. So what we can do, instead of trying to jiggle the other one around, we'll make it the same as this one by copying it. Something like that. Control C, Control V. I'll drop it right onto here, and we'll get it so they'll both be the same. Good. Now we can reselect. Grab this one on the corner, that one on the corner, the bottom. Control C, Control V, and move them up here. That'll work. It's close enough. Put our back in here. File, save as. It's a PDN, and it's going to be GN_double DBL. Save. Turn the background off. Save as. And I always do that, like keep the PDN and the DDS separate, because if you want to go in and make changes to your PDN, you've got it saved, so no problem. So GN double DDS, flatten it. Now let's look and see what's going on here in that folder, why I've got something outside of it. Oops, not in here, it's right here. So that one, GPDN is outside, that should be in here. And we have 6 here. Yeah, we've got lowboy front and sim. Yep, we're good. We got 6. So now we're ready to create our mod. Easy peasy. This is awesome. So now we get our Mod Studio 2 up. We go to, once again, we have our description. We'll go to the front mud flap. It's selected here. We're going to get the, now what I do, like, so this is where all the information goes. What I generally do when I'm doing a mod, like, you know, with multiple names and all this stuff, I'll get the image in first. So we're going to browse for the image. So if we go to desktop, here, DDS, and this is the front. So there we go. And so here's the thing right here. So it's like LB, FR. You can do Control C here, go over to basic, and just paste it in. Yeah, we got the period in there, so it's not going to like it, it'll stay orange. So we get that period out of there. There we go. And we can give it a name. Call it lowboy front. And that name worked. It's all good. And here we'll just make it a buck. And icon is going to be default. Hey, let's make our icon right now, so we can put an icon in each time we go. So let's get that out of the way. So open this. We're going to go. Oh, you know what we have to do? Sorry about that. I should have done this a long time ago. Template directory, icon, open with paint.net. So here it is. So let's create an extra layer here. And we're going to go to here. And we're going to go. Oh, that's a DDS. Hang on. Do we have a PDN up here? I think so, right here. There we go. Text layer. And we're going to use our select tool on the text layer. We're going to grab trucking. Put like that. Copy. Go here, paste it here. And it's going to be huge. So we're going to keep the canvas size because we can't change the canvas size. It's got to stay consistent. So we will drag this around. Yeah, that'll work. We're going to add a layer here. Grab our black. Grab our paint bucket. Like that. We'll file. And don't change the name of it. We'll go save as. So we're going to put it in our folder. Desktop. Mudflap tutorial. And this is a. We're going to make it in the PNG section here. We're going to save it. And then we're going to take the background out. Go File, Save As. We're going to put it in the DDS folder. Change it to a DDS. Save. Okay. Flatten. Now we're good. So go back here. Instead of using the default, we're going to go Browse, Trucking. Now we've got our icon. So that's for the front. So now we move on to the rear. And we start with lowboy simple. So let's select that. Go image, browse, lowboy simple right there. And we could, this is so kind of hard for me to see this. I should just be typing it in, but Control C, basic. See if we missed a period this time. And we did. Lowboy simple. A buck. Icon. And template. Add rear. Select it. Lowboy Jeep. Image. Browse. Copy it. Go basic. Stick it in here. Jeep. Buck. Icon. Add mudflap. Rear. And we're down to the gooseneck. So gooseneck simple. Image. Browse. Gooseneck simple. So we just rinse and repeat, but we'll just keep doing it. It's kind of good to see things in repetition sometimes. Oops, not lowboy, gooseneck. So GN simple. $1. Icon. Template. Rear. Dolly. Image. Oh, we missed an L. I'll just add it in here. Oh, wait a minute. What happened there? We didn't change the name of this, did we? That's the dolly. Wait a minute. Okay, let's just count down. Front. This should be simple. This is cheap. This one should be simple. There we go. Basic, simple, right on. This is dolly. Image. Yeah, slipped up there somehow. I gotta go check the image of that one, make sure I didn't change it. Let's go back here real quick. Yeah, we did. That's supposed to be gooseneck simple. Fix that. Good thing we caught that. Dolly. Image. Copy. Basic. Whew. Yeah, glad we caught that. GN dolly. One more to go. All right, add template. There we go. That's what happened last time. I didn't click the one I just loaded there. So be cautious of that, I guess. It's easy to do. Gooseneck double. And just, anything when you mess up and stuff, it's just go back through your steps. And I mean, I have to do it all the time. I'm certainly not perfect. And when I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these things, skins and stuff, and every now and then we kind of howie out. And oh, sorry to any howies out there. It's a saying we used to have. Gooseneck double. We just used to say that. Not politically correct. Browse. There we go. So we got all our mud flaps. So now we're going to go file and we're going to save it, save our project. I don't have Mod Studio project saved on this PC because I just installed this. So we will just put it in the tutorial folder. And we'll just call it Mudflap. Oops. Tutorial. And, oh, what do we got going on here? Get rid of that Y. And this way we'll have the project where we can go get it if we need it to reload it or whatever. It's always good to save your projects. So now we can see that you can do this save now. That was grayed out before because we had to save it as something first. And so anytime you update it and your own drawings that you're doing, you can hit save now. And I keep all my mods, and the thing is you can pull one up and modify it to be something else. So if it's the same truck and yeah, it's just really easy. It just speeds things up. Why do all that work twice? Anyway, we're going to export the mod. And we're going to export it to the mod folder. And we're going to call it Mudflap Tutorial. Oops. There we go. And now we can just minimize all this stuff. Go in the game. Do I have the game running? I do. And we're in a putzing around folder I got here. We can just go in here. Or profile, Mudflap Tutorial. Throw it in there. Oops. Oh, it doesn't matter where it is. Just confirm. In this case, it doesn't matter because there's hardly anything in there. So we'll do this and then we'll quickly run and do a truck mud flap and we'll be good. So trailer manager. I bought a lowboy just to put this on. Configure. And let's, oh, you know what? Let's go accessories. Need to add mud flaps here. We need to add mud flaps here. And here. And here. Now, so if we got this thing outside, we would see that that's awfully bright and it would look kind of surreal. It would look in the sunshine, especially, or in bright light. That's crazy how bright that would be. So let's we'll just go and I'll just dim one of them just to show you the difference and how much better it looks, and then we'll be able to pick it out amongst the other ones. Although it is easier to see when you're outside. So let's confirm the order. And exit to the launch pad. And we'll alt tab. We'll get our mods or our paint.net going again. And we got a PDN already here, simple. So we're going to use this upper layer now, that extra layer I put on everything. We'll swap to this layer. I'm going to give it a little bit more than 50. I think I'm going to go about 60. And we're going to, on this layer here, select this one, control, and select that one, and then shift and paint can, paste them. And you saw them get darker there. Yeah, we'll go see how that looks. So we got to save it. Let's save the PDN. Get rid of the background. Save as. Go to the DDS folder. And it's simple. And wait a minute, what just happened there? That didn't look right. File. Save as. DDS. Oh, I've got a simple one in there now, I think. Anyway, there we go. Save. Replace it. Probably going to have to go peel that PDN one out of there. And that happens too every now and then. So now we go to our mod. We go back. And we got to find the simple one. I think that was right, lowboy simple right there. Image. And it looks like it already updated it. As this happens sometimes, if we look at that, that's a little duller. Let's look at this one. Yeah, so that looks a little brighter. Let's go and check again. Yeah, it's definitely duller, but we're going to go and grab it anyway because I don't want to make a mistake. But I'm sure it already updated it. That was this one. Yeah, we didn't see any change, so that happens. Sometimes it's handy that way. We'll click Save just to keep the change, and we're going to go Export. Mod Mudflap, and there it is. Click Save. And we'll go see which one this was on the truck. Who knows where they show up? We don't need to go into Mod Manager. And we'll go to Trailer Manager. See which one of these looks any different. Yeah, this one right here. It's got some of the white that knocked off it. Oh, it looks like it's on a couple of them. See the difference here? That one, this one, when you're outside in the sunlight, that's going to look way better. This one's going to be so bright, it doesn't look realistic. Like, so there's why we did that. And, oh, I'm not seeing the change on the inside of the mud flaps. That one does look not too bad. That one looks a little black. They're a little too black. So let's quickly fix that. And then we'll do the truck. Close that. So, Alt Tab. And let's go in our folder here. What we'll do, I'm going to save a little time here. I'm not going to do things I normally would. Let's just grab the simple. Oh yeah, I got a layer on there. It's just going to make it a little more opaque. We'll go with that same level 60 that we used on the oops, paint. Oh shoot, did the wrong thing there. Do that again. Grab the paint bucket. There we go. Missed it last time. We don't have any other layer up here over top of that, do we? No. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, I got a better idea. Let's do it with gray. We'll do dark gray, and we'll do it at around there. Oh, there's 66. That'll work. And select this and paint. Yeah, so it doesn't show up very much, but let's try it. See what we got. Save as tutorial PDN. Save, replace it, and I already had the back layer. Wasn't selected anyway. Save as DDS. DDS. Save. Yeah. And I'll go in here. Back. Simple. We'll browse anyway. Desktop. Oh, quite often it will show up here. We should be able to just go here, really. DDS, there it is. Yeah. Simple. You don't need to go hunting for it too hard. File, save, export. Mod. Now let's go see what we got. Oops, that's not what I want. Truck. Okay. Yeah, you want the inside of the mud flaps changed a bit. I went all out. I painted them pretty fancy in that mod thing I put out. Yeah, I'm not making much impression on them, am I? That one's, yeah, it looks a little better. It's not shiny black like the outside. Yeah, so the simple, yeah, that's better. And I don't think the simple is up here. It's just on these two. Yeah, but anyway, those look better. Yeah, that looks a little more, not glossy black like the back. That's much better look. Anyway, okay, so trailer done. Let's get on with the truck. We'll add the truck to the same mod to make it simple. Launchpad. And the truck will just take a second. We'll just pretty much copy and paste stuff we already got. Let's see, we got to get that truck template. So I don't think we did that yet. So let's go into our here. Go to back, and we're going to go add template, truck mud flap, and see once again we can't. Oh, we can do that to the mud. That takes us to the, because this is highlighted, it takes us into the trailer mud flap. So we're going to add the template. We're going to go truck mud flap, select this. Now we'll hit the template directory, and now we got the trucks. We're going to grab Peterbilt, and oops, that's not what we want to do. We want to copy it. So Peterbilt. If we had had that other folder open, I could have just dragged it into it. And PDN, paste it in here. And Peterbilt Mudflap, so open with paint.net. And I believe this is the outside, this is the inside facing the tire. This is what we'd look at here. So we're just going to do 2 layers. I'm not going to go all out on this one. Black. Here we're just going to do it like this. Just paint them black. And hide the black. Go to here. Oh, that's not the one. Do we have a PDN up here? Nope. So let's close those. We don't need them open if they're DDSs. Oh, yeah, that's a DDS. So file, open recent. We'll grab this one. text layer, and we'll just copy it. We'll see how it compares. It's probably going to be off, but we'll drag it in there anyway. Here, put on this layer. Oh, I didn't change the layer here to get the text, did I? Oh, undo. Text, that should be the text layer there. Control C. Back here, Control V. Keep the canvas size. Yeah, it's way different. So, grab this. We'll do what we did before. Let's do it right. Might as well. Now this isn't centered here, so we're going to take this guy. And if you want to center things, here's a quick tip. So we'll just we're on the background layer, and we're going to do a line. We're going to make it 5 pixels. And this is what I do when I want to center things. Pick a spot down here. It's going to work right there. And right there. And then we're going to take another line. We're going to go, we'll look at our little scale till we got it vertical at 90 degrees. And then we're going to, oops, I want to grab this, move it till it's right in the middle. That's pretty close. Okay, now we can go grab our text. And we'll just grab the text as close as you can. So look at how much you're going past the T. You got to come past the N by the same amount on the right as we went to the T on the left. Close enough. Control X, Control V. And now we see that that's how far off center we are. That little dot up there, we're moving it till it's on that vertical line. There we go. So now what we can do, because we don't have all this grid over here, all we got to do is go to our rectangle select and grab it. Kind of like, about like that. Copy paste. Put it over here. Look at, we got some of the template on there. What the heck? So let's fix that right now. That's something I must have done when I was flying around there. Just cut that out of there. Something goofy happened there and I stopped recording, so I'm starting again. I'll try and patch it in at the right place. I hit the little button down here and I was going to go into the game. So theoretically we've got, you've seen what we've done here by adding the 389 in here. We got it all set to go. We put it in the mod folder, and I'm probably repeating myself, so I'll cut this out. But anyway, let's go into the game. Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but kicked myself or locked up my computer and made a whole mess of things. So I had to reboot everything and start recording again. We're just going to run in and have a look now at the truck. So the mod has changed. We didn't have to do anything in Mod Manager because we made the change. So Truck Manager, we'll go look at this Peterbilt upgrade and accessories. And there's our Mudflap. So it's that easy. Now, what I wanted to do is I want to show you one thing before we go. Hey, we're not going to save that. I wanted to show you the flat deck. So let's exit. We can quit the game this time. I just going to have to start up, grab our, I got to open up Mod Studio 2 again because I had to sign out completely. So we'll start it up again. Now this is a good thing so we can open a mod project in Mudflap tutorial. There it is. So now what I want to do is I'm going to add a Mudflap just for giggles here. We're just going to go, let's try front to start and select it. And there's no flat deck here. Okay, so we remove that. Now we're going to go add template, rear, and we'll select it. Now we got the flatbeds, and you can see the flatbed has 5 mud flaps. I just want to point that out. And so it's the next most complicated, but it doesn't have one in the other folder, and it's pretty straightforward. The naming convention is all flatbed, unlike the gooseneck being the Jeep. And so if that's the way you think, if you're in North America and you call it a Jeep like I do, and you call the this Jeep a Stinger, so I just want to reiterate that. But everything else is pretty straightforward. Some of them only have one template, and but always, if you're going to do a trailer mud flap, uh, we just do add it. I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. Get out of there. Um, we'll remove that. Add a template. Always check the front first, and just click on here and see if you've got to put a front mud flap on. Okay. So I'll leave it there. I think there's enough to be getting on with. You should be okay. And good luck. I hope you're able to make sense of all of this gibberish I've been spewing for the last hour. But all the very best. I appreciate you guys following along. And take care. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Good need.